she hasn't seen Clone Wars, but like it's good.
Oh, mate, that's Rebels. Stop.
Oh, Rebels. Oh, God. No.
Stop.
They're all good. They're all good.
Fake fan. No,
I never watched it. Get off my back.
3 brave explorers. 1 animated mouse. And 1,000,000 galaxies to explore. Into the Disneyverse.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Into the Disneyverse. I am, of course, one of your hosts, Jake Barros. I'm also joined by Kyle Sinclair.
Hello, everyone.
I've done it again, and Bianca, insert last name.
James, yes, that's me. Hi.
You know what the funny thing is, I'm always like, I don't know if you want me to say your last name. Obviously, you know, you stream and all that kind of stuff too, but I'm like, it's on the podcast description.
It's on the podcast. It's on published articles.
We've already done it. You're not hiding
It's the
anymore.
most generic last name as well, so it's fine. It's nothing crazy.
No, that's so fair. Anyway, that's us, Jay, Carl, and Bianca. Welcome to another episode, everyone. I'm not going to ask how you guys are doing because we ask that every episode, so I'm going to go first Disney character that comes to your head. Go.
Jasmine.
Shit, I was going to say Aladdin. That's crazy.
That's so
Oh my
cute.
God, we think alike.
I'm going to say not Aladdin.
That is so cute, guys. That's why we podcast together.
What about you, Jake? Go. Who thinks someone?
I'm going to have to say Genie just to go with the
My
vibe,
God.
you know?
No,
I was gonna
you
say,
can't
he has
now.
to.
You know what's a really funny story about Aladdin and Genie and me when I was younger? My mum at one point had gone like, hey, I love watching Aladdin and stuff. So she's like, who's your favorite character in Aladdin? And I was like, the Genie, of course. Like, how do you not know that, Mum? And she's like, why is he your favorite? And it's like, because I was like, because we're the same age. She's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, he says his age in the movie. And she's like, okay. And she's like, how old do you think he is? And I was like, he's 3. And he says in the movie, I'm free. And I'm free too.
Oh, that is so wholesome.
Oh, man.
Oh man, just to get all the feels out there. I know I can hear the swoons by the listeners as well. Anyway, let's get into it. We have a massive podcast episode to talk about this time around because D23 Brazil has just happened. So we thought, you know what better thing to do than for this episode, since everything timed out nicely, is to talk about everything that was announced at D23 in Brazil. So there is quite a bit to go through. We'll hopefully get through it all, but it's all going to be fun nonetheless. Before we jump into it, for any listeners who haven't heard about D23, Kyle or Bianca, do you want to kind of explain what that is?
Kyle, go for it.
D23 is Disney's. It's like Disney's sort of like fan event where everybody comes together and they watch all the new trailers and get to interact with all the actors and everybody that contributes to making the films, the games, and everything Disney related. Lorcana, of course.
Of course.
Big fan of it.
Manifesting all of us will go on a trip to D23 next year.
God, that is
I'm saying it into the universe, okay?
I'm saying it to the universe, and also any Disney reps listening at some point. Maybe we've sent this to someone somewhere along the way at some point in time, and maybe it times out next year. When is it normally? When's the LA one? Is it normally October?
I feel like that was only a few months ago, wasn't it? That was only just recently.
It was September?
September?
My concept of time and space now this year is just
man.
flown out the window.
We've got 12 months to make this happen. I reckon we can do it. Could you imagine being like, remember when we said in episode 5 and now we're up to like episode 100 and something?
You heard it here first, guys.
We haven't recorded since episode 5. Now you're listening to episode 6 live from D23 2025. We made it happen, guys. Oh no, that would be the dream. That would actually be so much fun going together. But let's get into it. So Disney Brazil, the Disney experience happened, which means that we got new trailers, new news from Lucasfilms for Star Wars stuff. We got Marvel stuff, as well as some just general Disney kind of announcements and whatnot as well. So I think in these little articles that we're kind of going through to keep us on track, because like I said, there is just a ton of news that came out. They start with the Star Wars stuff. So obviously, Kyle, big Star Wars fan. Was there anything that you're kind of looking forward to or we're hoping we get to see more from before we actually jump into what they were going to announce?
I don't care for Andor. I don't really care for Skeleton Crew. But I was keen to hear more about Mando and Grogu.
Okay. Well, then 2 out of the 3 announcements that were made, you don't care about.
I want them to make me care about them. You know what I mean? Like, I want to care. I did like the new Skeleton Crew trailer. That was all right.
Yeah.
You did or you didn't?
I did.
That is the first thing that they kind of announced. They got Jude Law to come out and then showcase and whatnot. So if you haven't watched the trailer yet, go do so. Maybe future Jake has put the trailer link in the description. I don't know. Check it out. See if he did a good job or not. But Bianca, what did you like about it?
Skeleton Crew trailer, I just like it's going in a different direction to what the other series have with the kids. I think it's really nice. It feels like a very family focused in terms of audience. It's something like it's still got that Star Wars feel and look to it, but there's just something I couldn't help but awing and just feeling like these characters has already seem quite endearing, and I kind of want to just know more about them and how I just thought it was really interesting. They just trust this random guy, this random stranger, random Jude Law to be
Wars,
with
baby.
their lives. Yeah,
Some
but I'm
older
just
person turns up and is like, trust me, come with me. I'll take you on an adventure. And everyone's like, okay.
Yeah, okay. No. Really, really keen to see where it goes. I'm all for new concepts and ideas and new characters. I'm not super, super attached to this is not like the Star Wars we know, which we know some people are out there like that. But I like it when shows, TV, movies in general try something different. I'm open to it. I never like to judge a book too much by its cover, when it comes to these trailers. But that last trailer, I thought was really, really fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Kyle, before you give us your opposing opinion, you've watched the trailer, yeah? Do you want to give the people, I'm just going to throw it to you for all these Star Wars stuff, do you want to give the people a little rundown of what Skeleton Crew is supposed to be about? In your best words.
I wish I knew. You know what I mean? It's about these kids that find a ship.
Yeah.
And they fly away on the ship. And Jude Law meets them. And I don't like his face. I don't like him being in the show.
Just for reference, everyone, it's just his normal face. He doesn't have anything on it.
Yeah, just normal.
There's no mask.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I really have no idea what the show's about, and I'm looking forward to the show just for that reason. I like this trailer a lot more than I like the last one. It definitely does feel like Goonies, which is cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't want the show to come out and then suddenly you got stormtroopers and everything running around. You know what I mean? They've set the show up to be something completely different, which I am down for, right? But we already know that Jude Law's supposed to be a Jedi. I hope he's not. I hope we get in there and it's just all a farce and he's just a nobody. Because I'm down to do that Goonies type show. But if you're going to just start throwing stormtroopers, lightsabers and all that stuff in on top of it, I'm kind of sick of it.
Because we've had this discussion before, right? Where we were talking about Star Wars series and we kind of just hope, I think it was when we were talking about The Mandalorian at one point where we're just does the guy with the lightsaber, quote unquote, have to come out? Can we not just have the story as it is without, the things that we're all familiar with? And now it almost feels like a given that we're going to see something like that now. So I agree with you, Kyle. I kind of hope they kind of keep the Jedi and the stormtroopers and all that stuff away and just let it be more about this smaller crew. I couldn't think of a better word, no pun intended. But
I mean, from like what the trailer's showing, it looks like it's going to do that. Like from what I can tell from the trailers, it's like it's going to tell like two different stories. Like clearly the skeleton crew are a crew from a very long time ago that are dead. That's why they're the skeleton crew. And these kids are on this ship that is like on a charted path. They have no control over what's happening. So I don't know. I
was like, okay. I thought like skeleton crew as in like it's just like a small crew. You know how I say,
that's how I interpreted.
Well, in the first trailer, we got to look at this crew on this ship, right? And that big droid's there, right? And then when they find the ship, there's a literal skeleton of one of those aliens from that crew, and that droid's there. And now he's missing an eye. That. So it's like I assume
that's why we throw to Kyle. He picks up on this stuff.
Yeah.
I assume kid flicks a switch, ship takes off. It's on its own charted thing. There's going to be some sort of treasure hunt or something of the like. Because I mean, Jude Law keeps bringing up there's a big gang of pirates coming for us and all this other stuff. Okay, Jude Law, that's cool. Go use the Force or something. We know you can. We've seen it in the trailer. Well, he uses it in the trailer, and they're like, "You're a Jedi."
I love that you're already fed up with him.
I'm so fed up with him, man. Like, you can't go from Dumbledore to Jedi, man. Like, go do something in the middle. I'm sick of you coming in here, getting all up in my franchises, bro. Honestly, he could grow on me. He just looks like he looks like such a douche with his little trench coat, and he's got his pistol on top of his PP. It's really annoying me. The douchey vibes he's giving off. Like, mate, you are no Jedi, mate.
Well, if you are a Disney rep and you're listening to this for the D23 potential to fly over, to just skip this episode, go to the next.
Just don't let Kyle anywhere near Jude Law, I think is the other option.
The funny thing is I really like Jude Law as an actor. I just don't want him in this. That's what's crazy.
That's why I was confused. I like him as an actor too.
Oh, yeah, I don't dislike him. I just don't think I'm going to like the character. He just gives off douche vibes.
I think, hey, it has not even out yet, Kyle. You gotta give him a little break here.
I'll give him an episode. And if after that episode I don't like him, I'll remind you guys every week.
Bro, you gotta give
I can't wait.
You gotta give at least 2 because they're dropping the first 2 episodes at the same time. So
I can't wait to circle back to this in a few weeks.
I'm down for that. Yeah, this is gonna be great. I can't wait, guys. Skeleton Crew reviews are gonna be lit.
Here's my 2 predictions. Right, first prediction: I reckon Jude Law's gonna turn out to be like a baddie guy, or did like a bad thing, like you maybe killed the first crew kind of thing. That's why I said, that ship. I know what's that like? What's going on? And 2, I reckon he's going to pull off a Cal Kestis gun and saber combat situation, and we're going to see some of those moves from Jedi Survivor in this.
No, leave it for Cal.
You ready for this? You ready for this?
What?
I have a prediction. I think we're only going to see a lightsaber once in the show, and it's a flashback. He's not going to use a lightsaber at all.
Oh shit!
Okay, I wouldn't mind. No, I'm still in the 2 minds about keeping the lights. Like what?
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Just something popped in my head. I was like, or he's going to pull like a Kanan, and like pull out the lightsaber at the end, protect the kids while they fly away, and he dies in an explosion. Stormy won't get that reference. She hasn't seen Clone Wars, but like, it's good.
Oh, mate, that's Rebels. Stop.
Oh, Rebels. Oh, God. No.
Stop.
They're all good. They're all good.
Fake fan. No,
I watched it. Get on my back.
No, the only thing I was going to say is kind of around the same like predictions is I don't think Jude Law is going to be like his character is going to be a good guy. I think he's going to like use the kids. I reckon the kids know something because they talk about this treasure or whatever, and he's going to like just take advantage. This is what Kyle said.
It sounds like we're all predicting he's going to be a douche, and I'm going to be proven right 4 episodes in when he comes out and his name's Cal Douche.
I'm happy for him to prove me wrong, or for the character to prove me wrong. But I reckon he's gonna use the kids to like his advantage, and he's gonna try and get rid of them, or or report on them as they like progress in their adventure or their journey. That's my prediction.
That's a good prediction.
Because I've seen him as I've seen him as a bad guy. But all I think is Rise of the Guardians. Nothing else is coming to mind.
Oh, great movie. That's
also
so
a
good.
Movie.
Yeah, so good.
But yeah, I feel like that kind of energy, like he would bring to this role, just based on like appearance, outfit, makeup alone. That's the vibe.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet he's the kid from episode 3 that goes, Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do? And he's all mad about it. It's like,
this guy nearly, like, I watched him chop on my friends and stuff. It was really bad.
Sorry for my lack of Star Wars knowledge here, but have they defined where this is set in like the timeline of the Star Wars universe?
I don't know, actually. I don't think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I want to say it's after 6, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I feel like there's not. Is there anything really definitive in the trailers that I'm looking at Carl directly, like that I've missed where it would have, like, kind of gone, okay, we're in this era, or we're
They have Stormtroopers. Did they have Stormtroopers in the first trailer?
I can't remember.
Plus, if Jude Law's a Jedi, then it would probably have to take place around the Galactic Civil War because, like, he doesn't look that old, and lots of time passes. So,
I mean, unless he was oh my god, it is lining up. Unless he was a kid,
he's the guy.
Unless he was
Skywalker guy,
a youngling. Because I'm trying to go. Okay, Obi-Wan was pretty old, but like. Yeah, okay.
Well,
like,
I mean,
yeah,
Cal,
he could.
what was Cal? Cal was like 13 or something when Order 66 happened. So it could be after episode 6 with like Jude Law's age, if, like we say he was a kid.
It could be, because I mean, like, yeah, and look at Ahsoka. Well, she's 16 and then easy, like, what, 40s? Late 40s? In Mando?
Being at 40s, yeah.
I mean,
if anybody knows, tell us.
Kyle might be right.
It could be the kid. It could be the guy.
Mate, okay, well, anyway, moving on, bring us your predictions of what was announced next, which was Andor Season 2. We'll just knock off these things that Kyle was like, I'm not looking forward to easy, so we can enjoy the rest of the podcast.
You know what, mate? I'm kind of looking forward to it. Like, what they're like sort of like setting out. Hang on, calm down. Let's all take a second. All right. So what they're sort of setting out is probably what they should have done with the first season. But I think Andor got greenlit for like how many episodes was season 1 of Andor, right? Was it 12?
And then season 2 is going to be another 12.
Right. So I think it got greenlit for 8. And I think as it went along, they said, guess what? You're getting 12. And I think they padded the shit out of it because they didn't have a story for 12. Now they know they've got 12. And they've gone in and they're like, takes place over 4 years, 3 episodes cover 1 year, and then you move on to the next year. It's almost like you're getting a little trilogy every 3 episodes. I think that could work because they don't have to pad anything out. They can get in, tell a story, and get out. I don't know what stories they're going to tell. But I'm sure they'll be good. But yeah, I mean, I have more faith in season 2 than I do with going back and enjoying season 1.
Yeah, I mean, it will be very interesting. I'm sure, if you follow myself or Carl anywhere else, you may have heard our thoughts on Andor Season 1. It's against the grain. It's everyone's favorite Star Wars to date, apparently the best thing that's ever come down. That is the word of the people. So many people are like, this is
don't get me wrong,
best Star Wars.
I loved it. I mean, I loved it more than you guys did, but I wouldn't say it was like
I believe that. You don't know as much about Star Wars as we do, so I can totally tell that you would love something like that. Self-admitted, you said that just before. So I get why you enjoy it, because it's the Star Wars for the everyman. But I feel like it's so padded, though. That's my problem. One day we'll have an episode where we talk about Andor, and I'll explain it.
This is the thing. My issues with season 1 was it was very padded. A lot of filler eps. There was maybe out of the 12, 4 really good episodes. So I think if it was like 8 or even 6, like the pacing would have just been a lot better. It would have just, I don't know, gotten rid of a lot of things that we didn't need to see. Really.
Remember when they robbed the Empire and then we spent 25 minutes on a beach and he went to jail anyway? That was crazy. That was so good. You remember that guy?
Spent one episode escaping the police only to get accidentally
arrested. For standing on the beach. He's like, man, you're going to jail. No.
Yeah. Look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. This is my thing with like shows like this. I'm not really into like political drama shows, and this very much falls within that. They just, like, to a degree, it's still sci-fi and
you're going to have
but
so many people come at you being like, well, actually, Mr. Barros, Star Wars is a political drama in episode 1.
No,
Always has been.
Always has been, always will be. No, look, it's just...
Jake likes laser swords and guns, guys. Not here for the politics.
No, I'm all for the politics. That's very interesting. But when it's solely like a 12 episode series that is like fully just that, I'm just like, meh. And it was a lot of fluff, and it's about a character that we already know ends up dying. And for the first season to go, oh my God, I don't want to be a part of this, and still end with him being like, I don't really want to be a part of this. And he's supposed to be like the guy of the rebellion who has done dark things for the rebellion. You're just like, why are we spending an entire 12 episode season fluffing his like character? Like,
so
just
weird.
Give us like, they could have just done one season, 12 episodes of just like back to back, wall to wall, like him being the badass of the rebellion.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like too much of an optimist, but like I didn't actually mind this, like how slow it was. And maybe I've got to go back and like rewatch it again. Because did they release those week by week? I feel like they did, didn't they? Yeah. I don't know. I just, again, it was just a different feel, and I was pretty open to it. And I can see where you guys are coming from as well in terms of how like padded out that show was. And I could probably agree from what I remember. Could have been a lot shorter. But I don't know. I know we're talking about a character that we know the fate of, like, since everyone watched Rogue One. But I don't know. I feel like there's still something interesting on another side of the universe that maybe might be better to tell with him that maybe we can't with another character in that same kind of setting. I don't know. Again, I am quite a bit of an optimist. It does take a bit for me to say like, oh, nah, I didn't like it at all. But I honestly, I kind of forgot they were doing a season 2 because I think we were talking about how it ended, and I was like, oh yeah, that's how it ended. So I'm interested to see whether they will kind of tighten up the second season a little bit more. Have they mentioned that that's where they're going to end it, or have they left it kind of open?
I think they have said they have said it's the final season, because this season's going to lead into finding like the Death Star plans and then what happens in Rogue One.
Okay, I like that. Oh. I think I was going to say anything more than 2 seasons, I would probably say it's maybe a little bit too much now. I'm keen.
Can I make a prediction about season 2? I think one of 2 things is going to happen. 1, Andor's going to forget that he has a sister, or 2, he's going to remember because he's going to think about episode 1 and that's what he was doing, and that's what the show was set up to do. And he's going to be like, year 2 in this season, he's going to be like, oh, shit, my sister. And he's going to find her.
I'm going to call it now. His sister working on the Death Star plans. That's how they find out things.
Oh, mate, I'm calling it. Ooh. His sister is Andy Serkis. Calling it right now. I'm calling it. That's what's going to happen.
Just another character he plays.
Hell like, yeah. Get him in there, mate.
Nah, if you enjoy Andor,
leave Andy Serkis alone. He was like,
I love Andy Serkis. I think he could play Andor's sister really well. I love him. He's Gollum. He's my Gollum.
We got to move on because we're going to spend too much time on this episode just talking about Star Wars stuff. The last thing that they didn't announce was The Mandalorian and Grogu. They had a little sneak peek, which I haven't found it anywhere on the interwebs yet. So apparently people got a little sneak peek of it coming up, and it will be in theaters in May 22nd, 2026. So that should be very exciting. Keen to hear more about that. Kyle, it was your most anticipated Star Wars news, so why?
I want to know what's going on. Like, Sigourney Weaver's in the film. She's just badass all the time. So I guess she's probably going to play the villain, and I think she's going to do a really good job. I don't know. I like Mandalorian. I like the show. I think the show's really, really good, regardless of what people think about the 3rd season. I enjoyed all of it. So I am keen to see how they wrap up this universe, this section of the Star Wars universe, because they've basically come out and said that this is like the ending to their story, and it's going to wrap up like Ahsoka's stuff and Mando stuff and all that sort of. So I'm excited to see how a lot of people view it. I shouldn't say that. Like a lot of people view it as like the downfall of Star Wars, but it really was sort of like the resurgence of people's love for Star Wars. I think Mandalorian season 1 when it dropped. So now they've got to try and end it, and they've got to try and end it in a way that, you know, is respectful to the fans, but also, you know, ends well enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm interested to see, and I think I might have said this before, so I only touch on it, like the adaptation to the big screen is going to be. And like, I feel like as well, when you have something interestingly that's gone from a TV series into a very big feature film, whether that film can be watched standalone, which I'm sure they don't expect people to do, but it kind of makes me think like how much of a reliance is there going to be on watching all of The Mandalorian to, like, I don't know, see The Mandalorian and Grogu as a, I don't know about you guys, but like for me, there are some films where I can just go into it without needing that context. So I'm interested, just to see how they go within the 2.5, maybe 3 hours that they've got to wrap up all those different stories as well. I do love the fact that Sigourney Weaver's in it too. So yeah, I'm cautiously like optimistic, like just a bit curious to see if this will still do it justice in a different format.
I think that's why it's called Mandalorian and Grogu, by the way, because I was sort of like, what on the name? But I think the reason it's called Mandalorian and Grogu is so people going in know it's a part of The Mandalorian, rather than it being called like Star Wars Rise of Thrawn or something like that. That's why it's Mandalorian and Grogu, because it's been established that these guys come from here. So if you want to know what they're up to, you should watch this, and this before you come in and actually see it.
And
so
Grogu is such a big selling point as well. Yeah. So
do you think at the end of the movie, as you know, Linkin Park is playing, we hear Grogu speak for the first time, and it's like Vin Diesel or something, you know, and he's like, it's about family. All I've done.
I don't know if I want to hear Grogu speak. It's kind of like when Pikachu talked for the first time. It just felt weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess it depends how much older Grogu is by the time the film comes out, like in terms of how much time
he's
has
a
passed.
baby. He's a baby.
He's still a baby? Okay.
Yeah, there's footage of
like
them riding down a hill, and he's a little dude still.
I don't know if it's a controversial thing for me to say. Like, I again, the only thing I can think of that's similar was, I think there was like a somewhat recent like Pokemon movie, and all of a sudden like Pikachu says, like, just speaks in English randomly,
like
and I was like, yeah. Like an anime, sorry, like not Detective Pikachu, but it was really odd.
Reason he spoke in
No.
Detective
I love Detective Pikachu.
Were you not paying attention?
It's like, no. No, in my brain, it translated to Pika Pika the whole movie. No. It was like an animated Pokemon movie, and it like Pikachu went from going like Pika Pika to saying, I can't remember what I have to find a clip and show you guys. But it just felt odd.
Do the voice.
No, I'm not going to do the voice.
What do you sound like?
No, but just hearing it in English was so weird. I can't replicate that either. That's odd. So I want him to still like babble and stuff.
I think he'll say one word.
No.
In the whole film. I think
Dad.
he'll say, I think he'll say father, and then that's it. And then I think he shows up in the Rey movie as like a little walking, talking guy with,
like a little like, oh, let's go see what Master Grogu thinks about that. He's like,
I think
Daddy taught me this once.
Legit, I think the Mandalorian dies, and that's when he says father, and that's the last thing Mando hears before he dies, and then he goes off.
Oh, don't.
Oh my God.
That's what I think happened.
And then
he'll show up in the Rey movie.
No, but can I add to that though? He goes daddy, and then like Mando takes off his mask. We see Pedro, and it's just it's that meme of him like just smiling in the passenger seat, like roll credits.
No, don't let him talk.
Fantastic. Don't let him talk. Okay. Well, we'll see.
He's gonna talk, B. He's gonna talk.
I feel like they're gonna do that.
He's gonna talk, and he's gonna sound just like Yoda. He's gonna be like, he's gonna sound 900 years old from the get-go. The thing is, right, is they've already said that. I think they've already come out and been like, Yoda's the only one that talks like that. So this guy's gonna talk perfect English. And it's gonna be even weirder.
Yeah, because what is it, Yaddle?
Yaddle
is just like straight up like,
English.
Yo, what up, everyone? How you going?
It's like, where does Yoda get it from, though? That's the thing, right? Because Jedi take kids. He grew up in the temple. Who taught him to talk? Someone messed with him as a child and was like, oh, this is how people talk, bro. And he's just grown up doing that. You know what I mean? It makes
I've
no
always
sense.
been like, what if I just told my children that like a toilet was called a spoon and like that kind of stuff?
Oh my
Just to
god,
see.
that's too much power.
I haven't. I'll just put it out there. I've taught them all the normal words and what everything should be called, but I've always thought about that.
Bro, I feel like Yoda's master like rocks up at the temple like, hey, look how I taught this kid to speak. He started talking and they just took the piss out of him.
That's
Poor
so
Yoda.
sad.
Into the Disneyverse.
Hey, sorry to interrupt your listening of the podcast, but we thought we'd take a quick break to tell you about our friends over at Stream Tapes. Create your content the right way with premium quality music from Stream Tapes. Whether you need lo-fi vibes for your stream, some extra hype for your social media, or just some pop to dance along to whilst cleaning the house, Stream Tapes has you covered. It's music for creators by creators, and the best thing is it's available for free. You can stream it right now on Spotify or Apple Music, or download the tracks for free at streamtapes.com.au.
You know what time it is. It's time to go into the Disneyverse.
Okay, let's move over to Marvel news so we get through this all. The big ones with the Marvel news. We got a new trailer for Captain America: Brave New World. Obviously with Sam Wilson now as Captain America / Falcon. I don't know what is it just
America.
Captain America?
He's just Captain America.
Just Captain
fully
America
on that.
now.
Amazing. We got Harrison Ford in that as little Star Wars, collaboration happening as President Thaddeus Ross. Obviously Red Hulk, as we've seen in the trailers and whatnot. What do you guys think of this? Because for me, once again, political drama kind of stuff. Was I a massive fan of Falcon and the Winter Soldier? No. Did I enjoy watching it? Of course. Is it my top rated Marvel show? Definitely doesn't make my top. It's probably on the bottom of my list of things. But I mean, the trailer looks pretty cool. I'm interested to see, Anthony Mackie as, full blown. He is now Captain America and what they do with that. Obviously he's got a sidekick and whatnot, in this one. So it will be interesting just to see how they, progress that whole story. But I don't know, Bianca, what do you think?
I'm really looking forward to this one. I know we're going to talk about the other trailer that also got shown, live action one, I should clarify. I actually am looking forward to this one more than Thunderbolts. I feel I just think... What, is that a yes? Was that
was for those listening, the car was like, yeah, a little fist bump in the air.
Yeah, I just feel like, I know we'll talk about Thunderbolts shortly, but again, it's the style, and it's the style that the trailer gave off in terms of that kind of serious. It reminds me of when they did the Winter Soldier. Yes,
that's what they're going for.
And I freaking loved Winter Soldier, and if they're going for that same style and that kind of slightly kind of gritty feel, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm glad we're getting the Sam Wilson Captain America. We saw kitted out with soaring that car in half with the wings, and it was cool. It was that I'm so happy, and I really enjoyed the show as well. And again, I know that the themes and stuff aren't for everyone, but I really loved what they did with it and talked about the super soldier serum experimentation and things like that. Thought it was really, really well done. I'm actually really excited to see Harrison Ford in this role. I just think it's really funny. Anytime I've seen an interviewer ask about what it was like filming as the Red Hulk, he's just it's acting. He's got this really funny, sense of humor that is just I love
they wanted
him.
me to be angry and That just comes naturally.
So I
to
got
me.
angry, and it's like, and they paid me the big money. And
That
I
was
just,
so
I
funny when
love
he said
it.
that.
He's so
Like, why did you do an MCU film? To make money.
money.
They paid
I'm
me.
like, that's so real, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing him in this. Because I mean, it's been apart from the recent Blade Runner and Indiana Jones, it'll be, I think it's a nice little addition to the. He's like in every franchise. He's the Jude Law.
he's the likable Jude Law. Okay, like he comes in, he makes stuff better. No.
So yeah, I think the look and the feel of this, I'm digging so hard. I love the poster as well. I'm sick of those floating head posters. The poster they did of
The poster is cool.
The Red Hulk fist into the shield is so cool. Kind of reminds me of like the Bucky fist into the Captain America shield. Like this is Sam Wilson's movie, and I'm really happy. And I hope he doesn't get tied down too much to the, I know they obviously brought up in the trailer. It's like, you're not Captain America, blah blah blah. But it's just like, I hope he really like stands his ground, and, like shows people like, no, I'm here to stay. I am Captain America.
Does Sam get super serum? No. So he's just straight up. How's he taking on a fistful
He's got all the.
Red
We'll
Hulk?
just see. We'll have to find out.
The power of America flows through his veins. Okay, he don't need no super serum. He's just got the red, white, and blue, and he gets it done.
This is the Captain America shield confuses me because like in the trailer, like Sam's like flying and missiles like come at him and he like throws it and like hits like one of the missiles and then like ricochets off the other and explodes them all. I'm just like, no one has that look like that kind of accuracy. How's
But he's got the goggles, and maybe they've
but he
upgraded
still
the shield.
throws it. Like
Stop doubting him.
and then it
Stop
comes
doubting
back.
him.
Like, is there
I
some
didn't hear you
Stark
complaining
taking
about
there?
the hammer, mate. What's wrong with the shield? The hammer can make the guy fly.
But
Okay,
he's
so
a
now
god.
the shield
He's
can ricochet, bro.
They've shown it. He howls out his head. It comes flying
No,
back. The
but you
shield,
could
I've
say
never
that-
gone, I don't understand how that shield works.
But you could say the same thing for Steve Rogers' Captain America. Are you telling me he does mathematics in his head every time he goes to fling it off the corners?
In my head, I was
He
like,
might.
he's super serum. So it's
don't
kind
know.
of like, his... For that,
Yeah,
I'm like,
for the
okay, cool.
body,
He's been
not for the
juiced up
brain.
to like, but juiced up to like accuracy. Boom, it's like pinpoint. I like, boom, I throw that, it comes back. So I don't know,
Nah.
but that's why I asked. Like, Sam Wilson, I'm very like, look, I'm interested to see. Kyle, you can share your feels for Captain America as well because I know you're keen for the movie too. But I'm gonna also link it into the Thunderbolts trailer. So obviously you're more, as we saw, and those listening, you couldn't hear the air like swipe through real hard with how quickly his fist went in the air to be like, hell yeah. But Thunderbolts versus Captain America, why are you looking forward to Captain America more than Thunderbolts?
I don't know if I am.
What was the fist for?
You made me think you're on my side.
Look, Captain America looks great. I actually think I know exactly how that film is going to play out from start to finish.
Oh, go. Give us that first.
Okay, this is going to be good. So, the leader, we know the leader's in it. I think he's the one behind everything. We know that.
What's his name?
No, Giancarlo Esposito is playing a character who I think his name's like Sidewinder or something. He's the leader of the Serpent Society, who I believe are working for the leader. The leader is the character from the Incredible Hulk movie who came up with the cure for him, and then he hit the ground and the blood went into the side of his head. You remember that guy?
Oh, big brain guy, yeah.
Big brain guy. I think he's the one that's behind everything. And what I think's going to happen, right, is he has got the Serpent Society on his side, and I think everybody's going to be thinking that, it's like them, but it's really him. And I think the leader's one of his powers is he has mind control. I think he mind controls Isaiah Bradley to take a shot at Thaddeus Ross. So we see that in the trailer where he takes a shot at him, and then he jumps out the window, and he's using Isaiah Bradley. He's using Isaiah Bradley because Isaiah Bradley was the Captain America nobody knew about, and this is his way of getting his revenge, and they're just trying to set up a whole thing where, Caps can't be trusted, you know what I mean? We've got one that's dead, one that's gone rogue. What is this new one going to be like? It's going to create some tension between everybody. I think they say that the big thing is like everybody's arguing over the Celestial that's in the middle of the ocean, and we see it in the trailer, but I don't know how much of a role that's really going to play. I think that's just sort of like the political aspect of the movie. But I think the leader's behind it. I think the leader wants revenge on Thaddeus Ross because I think what we'll find out is Thaddeus Ross took the leader at the end of the Incredible Hulk movie and has had him in captivity trying to recreate the super soldier serum, which I think he did, but he didn't tell Thaddeus about it and he deemed it a failure. So he's just had him in captivity the entire time. So he's gotten out. He's hired the Serpent Society to do all this stuff for him while he does what he's doing. And I think when we see Ross when we see him at this parade with all the pedals around, I think the leader is the one that's going to shoot him with the super soldier serum that's going to turn him into the Red Hulk. And then that's going to kick off the fight between him and Sam at the end of the movie. And I think the leader's going to get away, but I think it's going to kick off that fight between them two. And then I think they're going to cover it up because obviously they're not going to have the Red Hulk as the president, but I think they'll cover it up somehow, or he's just going to not be the president anymore and he's going to because Red Hulk eventually became an Avenger, but I think he'll actually join the Thunderbolts. I think he will become a Thunderbolt. I think Thunderbolts will be a bigger thing. They're definitely setting that up as we've seen with that trailer. I think I know how that movie's going to go as well, kind of. But yeah, I think the leader's going to be the main bad guy. I think the Red Hulk thing at the end is going to set it all off. I think the alien in the middle of the ocean has nothing to do with it. And I think by the end of the movie, everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, Captain America's a great. But I think the leader is the main issue here. And I think the Serpent Society will play a bigger role later on as well. But yeah.
And Carl's just coming out with all the. We need to.
Also,
I mean, when I'm editing this, I'm gonna just make a list, and we're gonna have to check through to see
if this episode randomly gets taken down, Kyle got it right.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see because the pedal place as well appears to be with all the cherry blossoms and stuff. It appears to be a cemetery because there's a shot earlier on in the trailer which shows Thaddeus at a grave. I couldn't see the name on the grave properly. I don't think it's his daughter, but it could be. So there could be a whole thing there as well, but we'll see.
We'll have to see. And then Thunderbolts.
Looks so good. This is the best it's looked.
It is the best. I must say, it does actually look pretty damn good.
The trailer 2 does look better than the first one.
100%. 100%. So which are you more keen for then, Kyle?
I think maybe Thunderbolts. I think that this has a bigger opportunity to shake up the MCU compared to Captain America. I think we're going to get a stock standard Cap film. Sure, we're getting Red Hulk. That's awesome. Harrison Ford. That's great. But I think this movie has the opportunity to really shake it up. We know we're getting Sentry. We now know that, what's her name? Valentina bought Stark Tower. Which I think is the Watchtower. I think that's what it's going to end up being, which is Sentry's base of operations. I don't think Sentry's really the bad guy. I actually think it's the evil version of Sentry called Void. They share the same body. It's a whole thing. I think that'll be the bad guy in this. And I think that's who the team are going to have to take down. I think Taskmaster's going to get murked really early on in the movie because they're barely in the trailer. I think Sentry's going to rip that person apart. And I think it's going to be a bit of a banger. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to give off and I think they're trying to do it. It's going to give off OG Avengers vibes of the film. They're not going to get along straight away and then they're going to come together at the end. The fight literally takes place at Avengers Tower in New York City. It's exactly the same as Avengers 1. They're fighting in a insurmountable. They're fighting Marvel's version of Superman. It's giving off those vibes of they want you to think this is the bad guy version of Avengers, which is pretty cool.
It does look very good. I must say, I was quite more impressed with this trailer, and I watched it, and I was like, oh, okay, this actually does look pretty good for a lot of characters that initially I was like, okay, we'll see how it goes. But no, I'm keen. I'm very keen to see it. What about you, B?
You know how I said I'm an optimist?
Oh no!
When it comes to
in
most
this
things,
instance, I'm not.
No, not in a terrible way. I'm nervous maybe about this one, just because I feel trailer 2 looked better than trailer 1. I'm just worried it's trying to. I don't know. I don't know if it's a whole movie thing or it's just me that just can't really like Red Guardian for some reason. I just he's fine. It's just felt some of his humor I feel has just kind of ruined some of the moments that I liked from the trailer. I'm It feels like that kind of same Marvel humor, which I don't mind if it's done well and every so often, but I don't want it to be trying too hard, because I love the cast. The cast is amazing. I'm glad it's Ghost, right, from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah,
Love that she's back. I loved her a lot in that one, so she's getting more time to shine in this. You've got John Walker, and I loved the little. Guy. I did like the little joke they made about him being like a dime store Captain America or whatever they called him in the trailer. But there's just some moments in that trailer where I'm like, oh, please don't try too hard. Like I think this could be something really good. I hope Sebastian Stan gets the time he deserves, because I think he's a brilliant actor. I know that he was the main part of the Winter Soldier, so I know he's gotten the time he deserves. And he was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But that guy's a brilliant actor. And I don't know. I just want to see them all get treated well. And I do like David Harbour, before anyone comes to me, in terms of the characters that he's played and stuff like that. I just hope there's a little bit more to him than being just the funny guy. Yeah.
I don't think there is.
I agree with you. I think he's gonna.
I
liked one joke, and it was when they were like doing the team introductions. Valentina's like, "Who the hell is this guy?" Like, he's clearly just come along uninvited and appeared in the tower with all the people she wanted to recruit. I'm like, I like that. I like that he's just here.
He's just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so on the fence with him. Everyone else, I'm digging.
He's the one thing in there that makes me think this could go from being Avengers to Suicide Squad so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Joker. He's Jared Leto in this film, guys.
No. But, like, imagine if they got rid of him so early in the movie. It changes the whole tone. I'm down for that.
That's what I think they're going to do.
No, but, like, think about it, though, right? If they're showing him off as, like, the humorous, lighthearted bit of the group, right? How cool would it be, as much as we really love Red Guardian, something happened to him.
Who said that?
No, I didn't. No, as soon as I was like, oh, he's just trying too hard, you guys were like, but that's why we like him. Listen, if they got rid of him really early in the movie,
liked him.
it changes the tone of the show.
Try to get us back for Andor.
That's it. It changes the tone of the movie completely, and you're like, oh my God, like, this is shit's gone down. I would love that take. That would completely blindside you. It
also gets rid of the character you don't like, so you're like, I'm in, baby.
No. Listen. I liked him in the Black Widow movie, right? I love that whole dynamic. It's just everything I've seen of him in this new trailer. I'm like, you're really annoying me, dude.
That would be
fair enough.
Crazy. The only problem is like all the shots that are clearly from the end of the film, like he's in them interacting with people. And they're interacting with him, so it's not like they've digitally chucked him in.
I don't know, they could have.
He's like, oh, Captain America, and Bucky looks at him like, shut up. like he's clearly there.
I don't know. Maybe the film could surprise me, but that's why I'm looking forward to the new Captain America movie more. It's just I just don't know what vibe the Thunderbolts, like, there's a clear vibe in Captain America, like in that trailer, and I just kind of sometimes get mixed signals even from this new Thunderbolts trailer. I'm like, what are you really doing? Anyway,
fair.
that's just me.
Well, we'll have to find it out. It comes out May 2nd, 2025, so it's not too long a wait. What is it, 6 months ish, a little bit more now, until we get to figure it out. So I feel like those two movies for sure, we're gonna all have to go see it. Like,
I can't wait for us all to talk about it,
chat about it. Special mentions probably with some other little stuff that got mentioned at the Marvel stuff. The fans got a little sneak peek at the Fantastic Four First Steps movie, which is pretty cool. So hopefully that comes out soon for the rest of us to kind of have a look at. The third and final season of What If, the Marvel What If series, the exclusive trailer and poster came out for that for audience that attended as well, which the big thing that everyone was going crazy for was that Storm from X-Men.
by accident. Did you see that? She pointed at the wrong character first.
No, because I tried to see on the camera where my finger was going to hit. I wasn't pointing at the wasp. You all know what I was pointing at.
You thought Storm was the wasp this whole time, Star?
That's crazy.
I couldn't.
It's fine. What else? They also got a sneak peek at the new Marvel Animations, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is pretty cool, and as well as a special look at Daredevil Born Again, which is out in March as well. So quite a few little sneak peeks that yet the rest of us are yet to see. So hopefully we get to see those sneak peeks come online soon, if they're not already by the time this is out.
I think the only one up at the moment is the Fantastic Four one. I think that one got put up online. Not officially, but it's up there. Not officially, guys, but it's out there.
The other thing that I thought we'd mention, because I know behind the scenes we've been talking about it and kind of want to see it happen, Feige did address the fact that the Blade delay happened. And he did say, hey guys, look, sometimes when we change direction on a project, like, it doesn't mean that it's canceled. We're always like, it just means we're trying to figure out where it goes best into a schedule before we let everyone know. So anyone listening that was keen for Blade, it sounds like it's still going to happen at some point. They just don't know where to place it in the MCU at the moment. So we'll see what happens with that.
I bet Wesley Snipes comes back. I bet you.
The one and only Blade.
They're going to make him the one and only Blade.
But last and not least, before we wrap everything up, the other thing that was kind of mentioned that kind of ties into things that we talk about on this podcast was that they did mention yet again the new Villains World coming to the Disney parks. Which, if you haven't heard about it, it's an entire kind of section that is all just villains. And the cool thing about this, and why it kind of ties into what we talk about, is that to showcase the villains that you might find in this world and what this world might center around, they utilize the Lorcana artwork to actually showcase the villains and whatnot at the D23 presentation, which is kind of cool. So, I don't know, to finish things off, if you guys went to the villain world, I don't know, maybe another free, not free, maybe free. Oh God, maybe just a free trip alongside D23 next year. Like maybe we go to Villains World. Who would you guys be keen to see if you went to the Villains Park?
Ooh, are we talking classic Disney or any Disney? Like
any Disney you want.
Villains Park.
The Jafar from Floodborne. Specifically.
That specific one.
Not the Mother Gotham?
Oh, yeah, she's there. Okay. Oh my God, do you think they'll have a baddies section just for me?
A2+ section just for me.
No. So for those who don't know, we all collectively here love, if you look up I think it's a super rare legendary art of Mother Gothel in Shimmering Skies. We love that variant. I'm going to call it a variant. We love the artwork of her. As if she came out like that, I'd be like, yes. I would really like to see. I've seen a few clips of Agatha, Hades, and
Hades.
Hold on, Dr. Facilier as well, like online, of people like meeting them at the resort, and those characters are so good. It was like they literally stepped out the film or the show. It's incredible. So those three, my favorite. What about you, Jake?
Cool. Jafar would have to be one after all the Lorcana stuff. That would be sick. Hades as well, massive. I love Hercules, so that would be super cool. Yeah, I think they would be my top ones. Queen of Hearts would be cool. I don't think we've kind of seen her in a.
No, I would have said Captain Hook, but I feel like they always put him in like the when I have seen him, they've put him in like the whole gear, like it's not a face character or whatever they call them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So otherwise, I would have said him.
Yeah, that's fair. I would love to see at this park. The who?
The little sheep lady from Zootopia. She's me. She'd be a great villain.
Mayor, whatever her name is.
Yeah, whatever her name is. Yeah.
Meriwether, or whatever her name is. Yeah.
Meriwether.
That would be
She's so
great.
evil.
That would be so good. I was going to say, I'd love to see at this park, because in the concept art they kind of sent, like, obviously it won't look like that. Surely not. But I would like, I don't know about you guys, but at like theme parks, I love water rides. Like anything that has like you sitting in something and then like go through water, that'd be sick. But I reckon for the villains, like if you've seen the concept art online, anyone listening, there's like this little bit at the bottom that has like that like greeny glow and like some waterfalls going over the top of it. Like that kind of look on a water ride for a villain's ride would be so good. Like,
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
it would be quite mad. So who knows? We'll have to see what it looks like when it's actually fully out. It would be cool if they maybe have some characters walking around that are like Lorcana variants and things too. That might be pretty cool to see. Or like, you know, promo cards that's specific to villains and whatnot in that area. But we will wait and see. Obviously, we'll report live when we're there. Obviously, when Disney flies us there.
So this is like a land, right? This is like a land.
It's a land, like how you got Galaxy's
section.
Edge
Do you know
and
what
that
would be
kind of
sick?
stuff.
If they took like, let's say they like took rides from the park that are already there and they just villainized them. Like you take Peter Pan's flight, you just Captain Hook it up and just like take it and make it all villain.
And it's like a flying Jolly Roger.
Yeah, like imagine you take the Little Mermaid ride, but like you get to the end of it and instead of Ursula losing, she wins. Like that would be, I think kids would love that. That would be like you go on the ride with the heroes and then there's a villain's version where it like just mixes it all up.
It's like the swing rides where you sit in it, it spins around and you go around and around, but they only attach one chain, so you think like you're gonna fall off the whole time.
It takes you up and goes backwards. You're just freaking out the entire time.
None of the rides work because like technically that's what the villains do.
I would love that so much.
Oh, that would be so good.
Gotta buy a turkey leg, they just give you a bone.
But anyway, that's everything that came out. All the major stuff anyway that came out at D23 Brazil. Was there any last words from you two about any of the things that we've chatted about, or?
Keen for all of it. It all sounds great.
I'm looking forward to it. I feel like next year we're definitely going to be fed a bit more Marvel than I feel like we have been recently, like cinema-wise. It'd be really interesting to see if it will kind of reignite, I feel like, the spark it's been missing a little bit. So, yeah, keen.
I think they also came out and said that after next year, the schedule's like 2 movies and 3 TV shows per year. Like they're going to really slow it down or something.
That's still a lot, I feel.
Still a lot, but yeah, it might be good that they kind of like swing it back and it might be a little bit more focused. So we'll see. We'll have to see. But like always, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the discussions and whatnot. Definitely let us know what you're keen to see. Maybe you're like Kyle and you're not an Andor fan. I'm sure he would love to meet other people. Maybe like maybe Thunderbolts isn't going to be your thing. Who knows? But let us know. You can let us know either on our Spotify, on our YouTube, or our socials as well. Kyle, where can people hit you up to chat to you on?
If you guys are looking for me, you can find me at the Jude Law fan site. That's where I'll be posting most of my stuff. You'll find me in the forums there. Good luck to Jude Law, mate. The ball's in your court. Good luck, mate. Where can they find you, B?
Oh no,
She's thrown.
You threw me off. I feel like I was like, am I supposed to match this, or am I actually telling you where to find me?
You can find B at intothedisneyverse.com. All of our socials are there for all 3 of us. You can find links to all of our stuff, including a fresh link on my section to the Jude Law fan website, where I will be posting everything to do with Jude Law and what I think about him in Skeleton Crew. I swear, if the first Marvel TV show comes out and it's Jude Law, I'm going to be like, there's no way. I'm looking forward to it.
Carl said it best. Intothedisneyverse.com has all our socials there, so I won't bore everyone this time with my annoyingly messy list of different social handles.
Is it YT
so fair.
or Storm E? You know what I mean? Where are we going today?
I know, I messed up.
Oh, that's too funny. I will say though, will and do appreciate anyone that does head to our podcast platforms and gives it a little rating. Obviously on YouTube, a little like goes a long way as well.
We're getting one star for this one, boys.
So thanks everyone for listening. We will see you next time. Thank you for Mary popping in. And that's all it from us. So bye.
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 You waved first. Bye. Like, oh shit, that's right. I gotta say
What's
bye.
wrong with that?
Into the Disneyverse.